6 clear signs it's time to cut all contact with someone. There comes a moment in every man's life when silence becomes louder than words. When staying connected costs more than walking away. When your peace is constantly disturbed not by enemies, but by people who once stood close to you. Stoicism teaches us a hard truth. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Marcus Aurelius wrote that life is short, and the only real loss is wasting it on what drains the soul. Today I want to calmly walk you through 6 clear Stoic signs that it's time to cut all contact. Not out of anger, not out of pride, but out of self-respect and wisdom. This isn't about punishment. This is about preservation. 1. Their presence always disturbs your inner peace. A Stoic measures relationships by one standard. Do they strengthen the mind or weaken it? If every interaction leaves you irritated, anxious, or mentally exhausted, that is not coincidence. That is your reason speaking quietly. Epictetus taught that external chaos only harms us when we allow it inside. But when someone repeatedly brings disorder into your thoughts, your emotions, your sense of balance, distance becomes an act of discipline. Peace is not something you explain or defend. It is something you protect. If someone cannot exist in your life without disrupting your calm, the Stoic choice is simple. Remove the disturbance, not your dignity. 2. They disrespect your boundaries repeatedly. A boundary crossed once may be ignorance. A boundary crossed repeatedly is intention. Stoics believe that self-respect begins where tolerance ends. When someone ignores your limits, your time, your values, your emotional space, they are telling you who they are. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. But boundary violations are not imagined. They are patterns. Explaining yourself again and again only teaches people that your limits are negotiable. Silence and distance teach them that they are not. Cutting contact is not cruelty. It is clarity. 3. They only appear when they need something. Observe carefully who comes to you in times of gain and who remains during silence. A Stoic watches actions, not words. If someone only reaches out when they want attention, help, validation, or benefit, they are not connected to you. They are using access to you. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, do nothing that is not essential. A relationship that exists only for extraction is not essential. It is a distraction. You are not obligated to remain available to those who disappear when you need nothing and reappear when they need everything. Walking away is not bitterness. It is wisdom matured. 4. They trigger the worst version of you. One of the most important Stoic questions is this: who am I becoming around this person? If someone constantly pulls you into anger, defensiveness, jealousy, or insecurity, they are not neutral to your growth. Epictetus said that true freedom is self-mastery. Any relationship that weakens your control over yourself is a hidden chain. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotion. It is about not being ruled by it. If being around someone makes you react instead of reflect, it may be time to step away, not because they are evil, but because your discipline matters more. 5. They refuse to take responsibility. A Stoic respects accountability above apology. When someone never admits fault, never reflects, never grows, they are stagnant. And stagnation is dangerous to those who are evolving. Seneca wrote that association shapes character. Stay long enough with those who avoid responsibility, and you will slowly begin justifying what you once rejected. You cannot carry someone who refuses to carry themselves. Nor should you try. Sometimes the most respectful thing you can do for both of you is to remove yourself completely. 6. You feel stronger when you imagine them gone. This is the quietest sign and the most honest. If the idea of distance brings relief instead of guilt, if imagining no contact feels lighter, calmer, clearer, that is not weakness. That is intuition refined by experience. Stoicism teaches us to trust reason over emotion. But reason often whispers before it speaks loudly. You don't need permission to choose peace. You don't need a dramatic ending. You don't even need closure. Sometimes walking away silently is the most stoic act of all. Cutting all contact is not about erasing someone. It's about reclaiming yourself. You can forgive without remaining accessible. You can wish someone well without allowing them close. And you can walk away without explaining a single word. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the strongest man is not the one who dominates others, but the one who governs himself. If this message resonated with you, sit with it. You don't need to act immediately. Stoic decisions are not rushed. They are resolved. And remember this, peace is not found by fixing people. Peace is found by choosing who deserves your presence.